You know, during this time in lockdown, I've had a real chance to stop, pause, and reflect like so many of us. And I've been reminded of this kid story, a story that I used to hear when I was a young child, which right now is a story that I think is really true. It's a story about our life and what foundation our life is built upon. There's a man who's known as the foolish man who builds his life on the sand, and there's a wise man who builds his life on the rock. Now what happens is, when the wind and waves and a storm comes, the one who built his house on the sand, his house crashes. But the person who builds the house on the rock, the house stood strong. Now I know that so many of us are going through storms in our life. The unknown, the uncertainty, the fear that so many have faced. For me, I've been through the storm of getting married. Me and my friends, a few of it. I know people who were meant to get married in the summer. I'm meant to get married. I don't know. It's a storm. I don't know what's happening. You know, with lots of us have also unfortunately lost loved ones. I lost my great auntie, and there's other people who I've known who've died from this. It's been really tough. And there's storms that have shaken the very foundations of my house. Jobs, professions, income, all of these things. Whole professions thinking about, I'm going to have to retrain or something, or what in earth is going to happen with the line of work that I'm in the future. No idea. Storms have came, foundations, we've had this almighty shaking, this storm that we've all faced. Future, no one knows what the future is going to look like. Everything seems to have shaken, and the question is your house built on the rock or built on the sand? The wise man is a picture of someone who listens to the words of Jesus, the words of God, and puts them into practice. And the foolish man is someone who hears the words and doesn't put them into practice. Now, for so many of us, the invisible hope of the Christian faith is becoming more visible to so many people. And now, even the people who are building the house on the rock, the house is being shaken, not immune from the suffering, the shakings, but when it all comes down to it, the foundations, the very foundations of your house are the very things that remain. And I just want to share some words from Psalm 18. It says this: the Lord is my rock, my fortress, my deliverer. God is my rock, in whom I have taken refuge. He is my shield, the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. God is a rock that you can stand on. Whatever storms, whatever things you face, He is a rock that I guarantee you can stand on no matter what you face. It's interesting, I've thought a lot about my identity in this time. Is my identity in what I do or who I am? Because when we're younger, as a kid, we always ask kids, oh, what do you want to be? What do you want to be? But when you're adults, you always ask, what do you do? But we're not human doings, we're human beings. And as human beings, our identity, for me, is not in sport. It's not in the sport that I watch, the team that I support, because that's all stopped. It's not in the job that I do, because that's stopped. It's not in the money that I own, because that's stopped. It's not in the car that I drive, because I can't drive around a car in this time. Well, I can a little bit, but you know what I mean. My identity is not in those things. And for me, I've stopped and remembered my identity is in God. My identity is in Him who's done stuff for me and not things that I've done. There's been a lot of reflection. Now, for so many of us, I know you're thinking, what can I do? Well, how can I listen to those words and put them into practice? There's a chance to visit online churches. There's this movement called Try Church, and there's a chance to try church. You can go in your pajamas, you can go in your living room, you can go when you're on the toilet, you can listen in on a device. I know there'll be friends that you know who've been sharing links. Why not listen to church online? Try church. Listen in. You don't have to creep into the back of a church anymore and be awkward. You can sit in your house and listen to the hope that a lot of us are clinging to, and listen to how you can build your house on a firm foundation no matter what storms come your way. Try church. Why not try church and see how you can build your life on the rock? You'll not be immune from the shaking or the suffering, but you'll have a foundation that means that your house will stand firm and won't crash in these times. Try church. Be a wise man and build your house upon the rock.